Greetings and welcome to another Thursday town hall meeting. Got a way to close out 2020 and open up 2021 with Komodo platform. I'm ejuliano. We're going to go through some Komodo news and updates, and then we're going to answer a couple of questions, followed by a hangout segment. So we're joined by Delton and J Charming, and we've got Audo here. So we're just getting a few people showing up. We're going to get started with this news and updates, and hopefully everyone's enjoying the end of 2020, the beginning of 2021, sharing some of that love and joy So let's move over to Delton. Delton's going to share some news with us. Delton's been writing up a storm and working really hard to, well, Delton will tell us all about it. Delton, how are you doing?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, wonderful. So we're so excited to be here and looking forward to the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021. I don't think I've said that more than enough. So that's
Yeah,
another time for
yeah.
that. So I'm
Exactly, yeah.
excited to hear though. Yeah, I'm excited to hear though so much about this Komodo news. Why don't you share with us what's going on?
Yeah, so the first blog post, a new blog post we have is you can't be delisted from a permissionless protocol. So basically talking about XRP, how it's being delisted from a bunch of major centralized exchanges, and basically how it's very different, like in terms of a decentralized permissionless protocol. Like you can't really get delisted there. You can get delisted from, for example, like GUI applications, but you can't actually be uh, yeah, removed from the protocol itself. So kind of talking about like the importance of decentralized exchanges and their growing importance, yeah, in the blockchain space.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and the next blog post we have is about the SHA-512 hashing algorithm. So it kind of just talks about uh, like its importance in the blockchain space. And actually, this blog
Dropping
post
that
kind of,
knowledge.
yeah, yeah, exactly, educational content, yeah. And this blog post kind of just compares like why it wasn't really adopted compared to SHA-256, and just like why SHA-256 was kind of used, for the Bitcoin protocol and other different, Bitcoin hard forks. And it just kind of compares and looks at like future development, like in terms of the SHA family of hashing algorithms and a few different blockchain protocols that use the SHA-512 hashing algorithm. For instance, library uses this algorithm in combination with a few other uh, hash functions.
Delton, you do a lot of research for these articles, don't you?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's always like a lot of research, looking at like which projects, algorithms, and like you kind of notice like sometimes they change a lot to try to achieve ASIC resistance. Yeah, so it's very interesting research. And actually, this blog post contains words 17 through 20 for the KMD treasure chest. So, uh, yeah, we have one more blog post remaining that will be dropping pretty soon. So you can find the last four seed words, and yeah, you'll be able to uh, access the wallet. And I think it has like over $100 of KMD and other coins from projects that participated during the stress test. So yeah, that's definitely something to look forward to. We'll be dropping that, yeah, relatively soon. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds exciting. KMD and other coins. Nice reward for solving a puzzle. So you're saying keep an eye out for that. It's coming soon.
Yeah, yeah, very soon, and it will talk about like some of the goals for Komodo in 2021 as well. So yeah, a lot of good information there, kind of like our New Year's resolution of sorts. Yeah.
Nice.
And we also had the last item, the list of events, or I mean, articles that were published about Komodo
Yep.
during the past few months.
Yes, exactly. We had a lot of good media coverage for Q4. So uh, yeah, a lot of good appearances in Cointelegraph, Finance Magnates, a lot of different commentary opportunities talking about the price of Bitcoin. And it's kind of interesting because, like these commentaries from CA, especially like look at, the recent price trends. I think like in October, it was, much lower than now, of course, but yeah, like 17,000 now it's up to, 29,000. So yeah, it's very interesting. to kind of see that, like the commentary and like how everyone kind of reacts to the current market.
Yeah, I mean, these are things that I feel are easily missed, but there's been plenty of articles that Komodo has appeared on, or kind of had a mention, or we have been commenting on something. And I think these are the lists also community ones, like we could be sharing this document, and later we will also get one about the whole year, of the past year, and how many mentions did we get, and where, and which publication. And of course, going to the next year, we will have we will continue with the trend of getting Komodo out there to the media, and finding those opportunities where we could get plugged in, so that then the article mentions Komodo and our team members, and then of course we always get that link back to our website, which is very valuable.
That sounds really good, because we all know that Komodo deserves to be part of the conversation, and it's really nice to have Komodo's voice involved in the conversation within the industry in this space, because it's so valuable, and that's a good push that you guys are making for that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, Delton, is that it for you? Do you have any more news or updates to share with us? Anything you wanted to say about blog sections, websites, or anything like that?
Yeah, just a reminder to check out the new blog post. We'll be releasing that pretty soon, and yeah, just find those final seed words, and yeah, try to drain the wallet before everyone else. Yeah, that's all.
Alrighty. Well, we're hoping that everyone on Komodo team is having a restful, or maybe not restful, maybe a big partying up. Whatever you're doing, hopefully you're doing what you want to do, and enjoying it with the people you want to enjoy with. And there was this big stress test. Everyone's excited to get more information about results. Looking to hear more from CA and other members involved. Right now we have Jay Charming here, and I always like to hear what he has to say. Jay Charming, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Looking
It's
forward
been
to the
an
new year.
eventful.
Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year to you and everybody else. A lot of our community has already either moved through the new year or is just getting ready to celebrate. I'm on -8, so I'm on the tail end of it. So everybody can send me DMs about how great 2021 is, because I'm looking forward to seeing it myself.
Do you have anything for us during this Thursday town hall today? Oh, did we lose you?
Oh, nope, I'm still here. Yeah, I think I was asked to talk a little bit about Komodo in 2021 and kind of what's coming there. Is that
That's right. We really would love to hear about Komodo in 2021. 2021 is on everyone's lips right now, and Komodo in 2021 is something exciting.
Yeah, so we talked about it a bit at the last event of Atomic Dex stress test, and a lot of what the pipelining for 2021 looks like is that we're definitely running 4 events over 2021, with 2 much larger ones in December and June, and 2 more medium ones happening at the end of Q1, at the end of Q3. And these will all be events that are centered around some kind of conferencing and live stream option to create a more collaboration, cross-pollination in the space, because off the heels of the Atomic Dex stress test on December 12th and 13th, we've actually received a lot of replies and communications from communities that want to get involved and start some partnerships, getting plugged into the protocol layer that Atomic Dex is built on top of. So that's pretty much like been the really exciting takeaway, among other things. But from like a business perspective, or like an integration unifier perspective, like that's been a great takeaway, is that we have projects and communities that are interested in coming to future events, and that converting into opportunities to grow the all the chains and that are plugged into our protocol level.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, there's a ton to cover with 2021. So what I'll do is I'll just pick out of the hat two quick topics. One is that, and I'll just do it from the first half, so just H1, because that's going to be the best way to talk about it. So for the first half, we're looking forward to the stable beta version 0.4 release of Atomic Dex, which means that we're going to get to start getting to explore using it like a proper exchange as a team, meaning that like when a coin gets listed, we can start doing trading competitions and events surrounding it like that, and get plugged directly into their community, and like all the kind of event and awareness campaigns that you see like on more traditional exchanges when a new coin gets listed or something like that, we can start creating some excitement around and enjoying. And so that's probably something that I'm really looking forward to, is that release, and just the release of the next, the next version is always exciting. And the other public-facing thing that we have going on is we're going to be running some educational seminars and setups that we're dubbing as kind of these like internship programs or community engagement programs during the first half. And a lot of this is going to be setting up like the clear pathways to how to use Komodo tech, which then leads into the second half of the year where we get to run the development program, the junior development engagement program, where we're hoping that we'll have it all set up that people can come in and build on top of the protocol and make some interesting DeFi applications, and then we can reward them for that. So those are,
sounds like a nice progression.
Yeah, those are two things that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this year, among many others.
Good. Well, thank you for sharing those with us. And it's always nice to have a little teaser that there are others as well in the background there. So that's good too. All righty. Well, thanks, Jay Charming. Is that it for now for updates for Komodo in 2021?
I could also plug in here like the new website again, like we'll be talking about. So we got the new website coming up next year.
Yeah, plug that.
Yeah, we are just now like building and implementing it, bring it to life, and keeping finalizing the content. And with the content, we also have a design update or upgrade coming for the Komodo brand. Nothing major, but we are just kind of fine-tuning the colors and the images we use. And I think for me, the most exciting aspect is then kind of that we are repositioning the entire Komodo in a way, or we have been for some time, and this will continue in the next year. And then part of this is discovering some sort of a language that we use when we talk about and explain what Komodo is. And JC came up with a very neat concept called a workshop, or describing Komodo as a workshop. So maybe JC, can you talk us through a bit more on what do you mean with this concept, and how do you explain Komodo to someone else like who isn't aware of Komodo yet? So how would you explain what is Komodo with this concept?
Yeah, so one of the really powerful forms of language that we've had as Auto has led us to the kind of vision of how to talk about Komodo and how to make it more accessible is we've gotten together with Earned Media, and we put our heads together, and we've taken information from the community and from discussion sprints and from internships. And what it's turned into is this idea that Komodo is a technology workshop. And this is language that we haven't had before. And basically, as soon as we shared it with our earned media providers, the people that go talk to reporters at Cointelegraph and everything else, they were really, really excited about it. And it made a lot of pieces slide into place. And this is I would say this is a pretty huge challenge for a lot of startup situations, is to look at the ways in which they can define what it is they are and what it is they do. And there's been a lot of language around, or a lot of questions at least around, like, how do we describe Komodo and how we talk about it? Because it's such a ubiquitous project in the space. Like it can plug in everywhere. And there's nothing that it's really like can't do, or not, or at least isn't trying to do on some level. So with that in mind, talking about it as a technology workshop, a place that's filled with blockchain engineers that are pushing various blockchain related projects out, is the language that seems to set in well, because then we can talk about it as, you can come to the workshop if you just want to get educated over things that are blockchain, over all things that are blockchain. You can come to it if you're looking for an all-in-one solution. Like, let's say that you have an idea and you want to come and release it, like you can show up to the Komodo workshop and we'll help you pipeline that idea, like from start to finish. Or let's say that you're just looking for a particular solution for something that you're working on, like you're a DeFi project on Ethereum that is having issues as an AMM pool because of the transaction fees, and you're just getting obliviated. So we have end-to-end solutions, which means that you can just come and pick out the part that you want, and maybe you'll come and do a chain migration over into the Komodo workshop, and you get a lot more personal attention here, or at least like high quality feedback, because everybody here is in the workshop is like working to solve these problems. So this like technology workshop, this open sourcing idea, and this idea that even if you aren't necessarily just coming from a technical reason, that you're maybe coming because you want to get some consulting, like you want to get some feedback on, like, how do I handle like some of the new regulations in the space, or how do I handle like actually just like starting up a project. Like these are things that should be part of the technology workshop that is Komodo 2, so that anybody can feel welcomed to come in and get some knowledge, because that's the huge bottleneck that we've figured out, that the rest of the world and that our sector is, there's people just dying to get in here, and there just aren't enough educators, there aren't enough spaces. So if Komodo's a workshop, it can be one of those spaces that somebody can walk into. So that technology workshop is definitely one of like the prize jewel language pieces, the sound bites that we've been able to garner, that it immediately starts talking about like what that is to the rest of the sector and the rest of our media out there.
Brilliant. Well put. Okay. Wow. Good question, Audo.
Yeah, and regarding this, I still wanna give one last shout out that we had these community discussions going on in the past few months, and there were many great ideas, and we did keep an eye on them. So one in particular is gonna be emerging next year, which is kind of how do you call it? Well, a concept that is made of 3 words. So learn, build, and blank. So the third word could be anything, like learn, build, create, learn, build, network, and so forth. So we will be using that concept going forward next year. And I want to give a shout out to our community member Joe, who I think was the first one to propose that, and then it kind of took off, and there was a lot of discussion on our Discord about it a few months back. And yeah, we will be sending a bounty to Joe for that great idea. So thanks, Joe.
Nice. Yeah. Shout out to Joe, and shout out to all the communities for trying to help out wherever you can, and even some of the entertaining back and forths that go on. We all come together trying to, because we love Komodo, really, for the most part, I would say. So this is really good, and it's exciting going forward. Now, we're looking at some questions coming up. Unless there are any final updates that anyone wants to share, we're going to move into a couple of these questions. All right, John?
Sounds good to me.
The first question here is from Joe 2x4, aforementioned Joe. He says, yes, as Ragnar mentioned, there's no wallet for Komodo on the App Store. Are there any plans for an Android wallet? Note, I'm in the US.
Yeah, we've actually got a little bit of this conversation going on in the community panel channel right now, and it's a good one for us to be able to talk about. Right now, we've had to be exploring what I would call is like regulatory considerations, because there are new laws popping up since the beginning of Q4 last year, or well, it's not last year yet for me. There have been a lot of new laws popping up at the beginning of Q4 in 2020. And with that in mind, we've had to take into consideration how we want to position, how Komodo wants to position atomic DEX, and what kind of liability to take on with that, like as the team. And the short answer is that we're looking to avoid any imperial entanglements. So we're being conservative right now, and we're figuring out solutions in the back end. That way we don't have to keep on going through steps of changing and changing and changing like over several months. And then it turns out that we end up relieving everything and we just go back to the way that we were at the beginning of Q4. So as of right now, we've got like there's some, if your VPN is pointed at a region that is restricting users from using certain kinds of DeFi tech, then the suggestion is to point your VPN at another region. And outside of that, we definitely have and are looking forward to releasing like solutions that we have in the pipeline for how all users can end up taking advantage of atomic DEX, like, and its various features. That's probably pretty much all I can say right now out loud. Anybody else can add to the conversation here too, though.
Okay, well, we'll see how it goes moving forward. We also have another question here. This one is from Tom T. Never ask for funds. When will we have wrapped KMD on Ethereum network?
Yeah, so actually, I like this question particularly. It's talking about the KMD use case study that we're actually currently engaged in, coming off the stress test and looking at roadmap stuff for 2021. It would have been the honorable mention I would have made earlier when you had asked about what's coming for 2021 and what's there to be excited about. So it's one of the things on the back end on like our internal map that we're get to explore is where are the different use cases that we can start plugging in KMD, the community currency here, to make sure that it's like keeping up with relevant trends and stuff. And wrapped KMD on Ethereum is definitely like one of those what I would consider to be lower hanging fruit that we can get to be plugged into, or like getting into different kind of current DeFi pool applications and settings and things like that. So as far as when, I would say like the wrap solutions and things like that, we're going to be looking forward to doing some of that stuff during the first half of 2021.
Alrighty. That looks like that's it for the questions. We do have some hangout time, and I see Audo is wanting to say something too. Audo?
Yeah, there was just question coming in like live on the chat from Ragnar. So Ragnar is kind of continuing with this topic. So Ragnar is asking about could we just disable the DEX tab to help with the regulation stuff. So I think I was just leave a quick note here about that like maybe like the possibilities. So I guess kind of like JC was saying, like we are still discovering like what's the landscape, what are options, what we will do, and then once we decide something, we will for sure announce. But yeah, I guess that like to me, that makes sense too. Like as an option, like the DEX is separate from the wallet functionality, so that's a good point.
Yeah, definitely shout outs to Ragnar for always offering good insights and ideas. And I'm just going to read the suggestion that he makes, and then I think maybe Jay Charming wants to say something too. So his suggestion is modify Atomic DEX desktop to remove the DEX tab and not start the engine on startup, the market maker engine on startup. This effectively makes it just an official non-custodial desktop wallet.
Yep, definitely one
Yeah.
of the ideas that's out there right now that we're following up on.
Yeah, shout out to Ragnar.
Okay, so if anybody else has any more questions, you can ask them here, but we also have this opportunity for a bit of hangout time. So I think from there, officially, does anybody, Audo, Jay Charming, Delton, do you have any words you want to share with everybody before the hangout time?
I think we covered everything here. So we're really looking forward to the next year and what we can achieve, and hopefully like people keep joining and join the internship. Like just keep an eye for our blog posts for additional info on how to join and register, and keep tabs on what we are up to next year. And yeah, so indeed, just I guess the live stream will be ending here shortly, but please everyone just join the Komodo Discord. Like there's the voice hangout channel, so come there and celebrate the new year with us.
That's right. Happy New Year from Komodo. Komodo is looking forward to a 2021 full of potential, and wishing everyone all the best.